You want anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another exciting edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan. I have a whole cast with me tonight. First, let me bring on the president of Pinfall Streams, the person who helps bring this show to your entertainment leisure. Josie, what's up? Josie?
All I'm looking at is that fancy road boom in my picture right now. All I'm looking at. So fucking jealous. So goddamn jealous.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
evening. Welcome. And how you doing?
I am doing great. Let me go ahead and bring on the next member of the crew. He is the host of Sports Report After Dark and Winter Meetings, which I had the honor of guesting last night. Let me bring on my man, 7-7. What's up?
Oh, what's up, man? Oh, man. Just stretching. Just, so worried about the Chiefs not having Tyreek Hill.
Can I mute him already? Can we already do that?
Hey, man. I said some nice things about Davis Mills. I like Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
Meganeck, boy. That's Meganeck.
If you like Davis Mills, like we like Davis Mills, y'all
that's
get
Meganeck.
These.
He talks like this when he gets in the huddle because he is Mechaneck. That's exactly what he is, Mechaneck.
So if you like Davis Mills,
are the
you
Coconuts.
need one of these shirts.
We are the Coconuts.
When are these shirts coming out there, Josie?
They're up on, like, you can find them on Shopify, but they will be on our Facebook like probably by the end of this show. I'm working on it right now.
Awesome. Next person I want to bring in, next member of the crew. I missed you last night, bro. I thought I was going to be on with us last night. Remember my man Dan and Dan. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
So much going on at the beginning of this show.
I thought you were going to be on with us last night, man.
No.
No.
Me and
missed
Craig
you,
are currently not speaking.
I missed you, buddy.
No, we're fine. Yeah, we're good. I just didn't. I'll be on next week. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how the hell do you have bad drama with Craig? He's the nicest man in the world.
Hell
Yeah, I figured out a
He's
way.
just jealous because Craig is the sex appeal of winter meetings, and he needs.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's damn true.
I
This
mean,
is the sex appeal of pinfall.
Craig
He's,
is the sex appeal of winter.
However, I will say
Yeah,
something
Craig
that's
is
going to
good.
fan some flames. He liked my voice last night, Dan.
Dude, you have the
He
voice
li-
of an angel.
Yes.
He liked it?
Yes.
Well, he doesn't like my voice because I'm constantly hounding him about doing mushrooms and stuff.
With this conversation, I think this is the perfect time for our new segment. Perfect time.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the evolution of Dan's segment, the Dick of the Week. Hot take takedown. Anything you want to say, anything in the realm of sports, freedom. But just know that we're probably going to argue about it.
Sweet. Is this
go
me? I get to go first.
Somebody wants to take first hot take.
You've got basketball now, Dan, so you don't get first dibs on Dick of the Week anymore.
Okay,
that's why
that's
we
fine.
named it.
Hey, they say art is never yours after you create it. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
That's exactly true.
Damn.
So my hot take for this week is, how the fuck do you tie in week one? How the fuck do you tie in week one?
Because everybody wants to laugh when I say this. The Colts actually have a good defense. They actually have a good defense. And the Texans came to play because that front seven was playing very well yesterday. They were stopping Jonathan Taylor. So
honestly, I said this. I think it was the 7. I said this to in text yesterday. Truly, that defense looked great. That was the best. That was the one thing that looked great that entire game.
Yep.
The D put their head down and they did work, and you could definitely see Lovie Smith defense all over that field. But
That's the one thing you got to give Lovey.
Davis Mills, honestly, no joke.
I like Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
Mechanic.
We should all try and do it together.
Man, I gotta get that picture
really
up so
good.
everybody can see it because everybody might not remember him.
How
Just
could
put
you
a
forget
Houston
that
Texans
neck?
jersey on him, and that's Davis Mills, man.
Was that the one picture you put in the group chat earlier?
Yes.
That's neck and neck.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, you could just put a Texans jersey on that action figure, and that's Davis. That's a Davis Mills action figure.
So we have to try it every time somebody says I like Davis Mills. Right after you have to go, I like Davis Mills. You just got to say it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna.
I like
I like
if
Davis
we-
Mills.
Davis
I
Mills.
like
Davis Mills.
I like
And
Davis
then,
Mills.
as we said, I might
just
throw
like just it's kind of just like if we mention Ben Roethlisberger, we have to mention that Ben Roethlisberger's a rapist. Like it's just
Ben
it's just
Roethlisberger.
right
Yes.
there. There's hand in hand.
I agree on that. I agree. With that.
But
Ben and raping.
honestly, Davis had a great game. He really did until that.
What's
fourth
up,
quarter.
KW?
And then the moment he took
What's
that
up, brother? What's
back
up, KW?
and fumbled that ball, he could not get right. They did not have another ounce of positive yardage on offense after that fumble. Not one. And that I listened to what Lovey said. I actually listened to a little bit of his show today on the Texans network, and I see where he sees the work that needs to be done. But honestly, too, as much as I actually do like Davis Mills,
I like Davis Mills.
I like Davis.
I like Davis Mills.
As much as I do, that made me nervous because again, great game to crumble in the fourth quarter.
Here's the thing, and I hate to break it to you, but the AFC South has taken over as the worst division in football.
Worst? Did you see the record? Did you see the record?
Yeah.
Nobody. The Texans are number one in the division to the two teams that lost.
Yeah.
Only
And-
in the AFC South.
Here's the deal. There were some positive pieces to come out of that game yesterday. That was a very heavy defensive contest. But the Colts have to take a long look in the mirror because you have Matt Ryan as your quarterback, and you can't put up more than 20 points on the second biggest dumpster fire of an organization in the NFL, aside from the Cleveland Browns. So for me, this is more as much as, I like Davis Mills,
I like Davis Mills.
There is the truth of this is
Ridiculous.
there is
Yes, we are.
the reason why this tie happened is more on the failure of the Colts than the successes of the Texans. And I will acknowledge the Texans D locked it down. But the Colts failed multiple times yesterday. They deserved to tie.
Yeah,
Well,
you're 100%
well-
right. I mean, this will tell you. My dad was watching the game, and when the Colts had that 20-yard field goal in overtime, my dad turned off the TV thinking Colts won. I called him 20 minutes later and was like, "What do you think of that tie?" He's like, "They didn't tie." He shut off the TV because I'm sorry, everybody thought that I was listening. I got NFL Plus, which, by the way, another hot take: NFL Plus not fucking worth it at
No, it's
all.
not.
Not worth it at all. I did not
You gotta
realize
get Sunday ticket.
all I was going to be able to do was listen to the radio.
Or Red Zone.
I could have done that with Sirius and Sim.
Crack Stream Sunday ticket is what I have.
I might be with you there.
Hey, I do want to say one thing. Texas defense did come up big, when they had to. Same thing with the Colts. But,
Every time.
But the thing about it, Matt Ryan did throw a pick, but at the same point, he did. Well, that's Matt.
I was
That's
going to
Matt.
say, is that a surprise?
But the thing about
Matt's not fair.
he still threw for over 350 yards. Michael Pittman still caught 9 receptions for 121 yards, and Jonathan Taylor just ran wild for 161 yards. So it's not like
we have to.
they didn't put a performance together on offense. It's just they got stopped at crucial times. And again, heads up to the Texans defense. You got to give it to them. That defense stood up in certain spots to get the tie. So you got to give it to them.
They were like a crackhead that couldn't close yesterday.
They were.
They had all of the tools.
Great analogy.
They had all of the fucking tools to get that done yesterday.
They had the money in their sweaty palm.
I'm looking at
opportunities.
I'm looking at what the Texans did on offense. OJ Howard, who just recently signed, had 2 touchdowns yesterday, and Davis Mills did throw for over 240 yards. Good Lord. I see
with Matt Ryan thing though. With Matt Ryan though, Will, we have to stop with the statistics thing because it is so bend but don't break in the NFL right now on defense that you can throw for 350 yards and it doesn't really matter. Like Jameis Winston, dude, threw for 5,000 in a season. He also threw 33 picks in the same season. So it's
all kinds.
So it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, if you're running up and down the field because your defense is bad, 350 yards doesn't mean anything. It just means that you had the ball a lot and you ran a lot of plays because your defense was either horrible or you were just, the pace of the game is so much different now in the NFL. And it's nobody can't touch receivers, pass. I was watching some Deion Sanders highlights today randomly. And this dude was bumping, running 8 to 10 yards deep every single play. He had hands on people. Like they were very like up and like, I'm not saying it's more physical because it's not, but it's definitely different. And like 350 yards doesn't mean what 350 yards used to mean. It doesn't anymore. It doesn't mean wins anymore. In 1994, if your quarterback goes for 350 yards, win. 90% of the time you win that game. Today,
that's a player of the week.
Yeah. Doesn't even, that was a big deal. And now it's just up and down. 70% of every offense seems like is throwing the ball because you have to. Like, why would you not is the thing. Like that is if you can throw the ball down the field efficiently and with success, that's obviously the better way to go in today's NFL than to grind it on the ground like it used to be. It's not.
Sorry.
What's perfect up, Diggs by the way 7. What's up, man? How you doing?
Perfect proof of what Dan's talking about. Yesterday, Patrick Mahomes threw his 6th 5-touchdown or 4+ touchdown game in his career. Okay, he did this
5+. You're right. 5+.
It was 5+. Okay, that was his 6th 5+ touchdown game in his NFL career. He did this feat in 64 games. Drew Brees had the same number of 5+ touchdown games in his career across his entire career. And that was 260 plus games. So we're talking about 200 games less for Patrick Mahomes to achieve the same feat that Drew Brees did in 264 games.
I get it.
John?
You have to include context. But the one thing that game yesterday, and I sort of kind of defend Matt Ryan a little bit because you can't really say this as when he was a part of the Falcons, particularly that last season. You can't blame Matt for this loss. I don't think you can blame him for this loss.
I mean, you can always blame the quarterback.
I don't think you can blame Matt for this.
That's if a team loses, it's usually the quarterback's
You can
fault.
always blame. I mean, it's not
always. Honestly, you have truly. You look at this game.
Coaching staff, I get it, but I don't think you can blame Matt because Matt didn't play badly.
I disagree. You look at both sides of this. The only people that can be blamed on both teams are the quarterbacks. The defenses put their heads down. They grinded it out. The only thing that the defense could have done better is pulled a great pick at some point and run it back and take it out of the quarterback's hand.
That's exactly. You have to be timely and you have to be aggressive at certain moments. And that's all it is on defense in the NFL now. It's just bend but don't break. Like sit back. If you can stop people in the red zone, it's huge because people are going to get to the red zone regardless.
Taking that beating over and over and over again until you get either, like you said, Dan, that stop in the red zone or that great pick that just turns the game around.
Tip a ball, try and hang in.
Look at the Cowboys-Bucks game yesterday as a prime example of bend, don't break. The Cowboys had some offense yesterday.
Neither team looked great in that game. They both looked garbage.
They both had some struggles, but here's the difference. The Bucks got 6 field goals, or no, 5 field goals, or it was 5 field goals and a touchdown, wasn't it? No.
Yes.
No, it was 4 field goals and a touchdown because it was 19-3 was the final score, and there was 1 touchdown. They scored the only touchdown in the game. That's the difference. Yes, the Cowboys defense managed to keep the Bucs to 1 touchdown and 4 field goals, 3 or 4 field goals. Okay. So 1 touchdown and 3 or 4 field goals, but the Bucs defense kept the Broncos to 1 field goal.
Kept the Cowboys.
Kept the Cowboys to 1 field goal.
As far as that Houston game goes, by the way, do you think it's a problem? I like Davis Mills, by the way.
I like Davis Mills.
Do you think it's a problem that he looks down at the defense? Like he's actually like you can, I get like Kyler Murray looking up at it.
Bruh.
Yes. Yes. Like,
here's what we do in the offseason.
Get you some little shoulder pads and put them on there.
We get Kyler Murray and Davis Mills into the same hospital, and we take about 2 inches of neck off of Davis Mills, and we add that on to Kyler Murray, and the Cardinals, and so the Cardinals only lose by 10 points instead of 20.
7. Great transition into that, by the way. That was an actual problem for Kyler Murray. Like we say that every time we talk about him, but you can tell that that's an actual problem. He cannot see a lot of the time, dude.
Can't see
he missed
that's the truth.
On a 4th and 2 yesterday. He missed a running back. He didn't miss a running back. He saw that he was open, but he couldn't make the throw because he had a 6'5" D end who was just like putting his hand up randomly, and he can't throw it over it, so he had to bail on it. Like that is an actual problem. Like there's like I hate to be like the guy who's like, yes, 6'3" quarterbacks are the prototype, but they are for a reason. Because Kyler Murray, dude, he's just running around back there. So he turns into one of those little Darren Sproles kind of running backs is what happens. And so he's a quarterback that plays running back, and then it's weird. Unless he has perfect protection.
He's not a running quarterback. He's a quarterback that runs.
That scrambles.
Okay, better word, Dan. Better word. He's not a running quarterback. He's a scrambling quarterback.
He's running for his life.
He's not.
Yeah,
this is here's something I never thought I would say again. He's not Geno Smith when he runs.
Damn.
Because I gotta say, Geno is looking really good right now. He
looks a lot better tonight than I thought he would.
Better than I thought he would.
17-13 Seattle.
Still okay.
Okay, and I mean, he's not having. Is he having a stellar like Patrick Mahomes style game? No, but Geno's not known for that. But I would say that if he keeps like this, he might have found him a starting spot at least for the season or two.
He's right now, as of right now, with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, Geno Smith is 19 of 22 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. He has not been sacked.
For any quarterback is pretty good.
Efficiency. That's what you want.
Managing the game. It's managing the game.
That right there is why I was saying Josh Allen, possible MVP. He went 10 straight in that game.
Well,
I'm jumping on the Kirk Cousins MVP train.
I'm not ready to crown anybody after. I'm not ready to crown anybody after week 1 because
I know your argument with that, Will, but a
lot of these bad teams don't know they're bad yet.
Kirk Cousins is now my starter in fantasy now that Dax is out for 6 days.
You ain't got no choice, cuz. No choice.
Honestly, I wish I would have played him yesterday over Dax.
You know what?
Why are you playing Dak Prescott against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
This
is why you lose.
Kirk Cousins, and I thought Dak would at least give me 20 to 30 points. He's
Stop
always 20 to 30 points.
Now you got to go to Captain Kirk.
Who he's playing.
But that's not bad though. What's up, Ando? How you doing, man? That's not bad though, because he's got Justin Jefferson, he's got Dalvin Cook, Irv Smith is a sleeper. So hey, he's got some weapons.
But I also got to say, one of the reasons Kurt looks so good and Aaron looks so bad is the weapons that the Minnesota went and got Kurt this offseason. He had so many things to throw to. They had a great run game going, like everything lined up, and it was the exact opposite.
How you doing, brother?
Aaron had nobody. They didn't get him any defense,
That's
any
the Packers'
offensive
fault.
blocking. They got rid of both of his good wide receivers. The one guy that they thought he was going to have, that dude's out for nobody knows how long.
Yeah.
Green Bay did Aaron dirty this season.
Yeah, they did. That's what I was about to say. Is I'm really pissed at Green Bay because I have to feel bad for Aaron Rodgers right now because it is clear that they did not give him enough weapons. They did not give him any weapons.
I don't. You know why I don't feel sorry?
I agree with Seven on this, Will, is because he came back to them because they begged him, basically. He would be somewhere else this season had they not begged him. And then
but I do want to say,
come back and give him nothing.
I'll say this for Aaron though, and here's my issue where everybody keeps talking about Aaron Rodgers is a victim. Look at other players that sacrificed, and I'm no Tom Brady fan, but I gotta respect for what he did for taking less money to make sure he has a team around him. And right now, Christian Watson might not come back. You got the Bulls and you got Cobb is old, so Tanya is okay, but he's a tight end that's not electric. So
here's my thing. I have very little doubt that Aaron Rodgers, when he sat down in that Packers front office, he said, you got two choices. You can give this money to me, or you can go get me some better receivers. And the Green Bay Packers said,
we're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you because that's actually less in the long run than giving it to two wide receivers.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what happened. I'm firmly convinced that's exactly what happened.
They're only going to get one more season out of Aaron. He's either going to leave football after this season or go somewhere else. He will not be in a Green Bay jersey after this season, and they knew that.
Now, here's going to be my hot take on this. If they don't get it together and and turn this into a playoff team, I don't think Aaron Rodgers comes back next year.
Did I just glitch out? Because I think I just said the same thing.
You did. Well, yeah.
You did.
I'm saying this year.
Yeah, this year. He's saying this year. If they don't make a run this year, he's not coming back.
Even if they make a run, I'm not sure he comes back.
He's gonna leave just like he's gonna leave just like he left the galaxy when he took ayahuasca and had the hands of his 1,000 relatives.
Oh, there's a hot take for you.
That's ridiculous. Hey, are you drunk? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Hey, RELAX.
Hey,
RELAX.
Listen, St. Brown's back there at the wide receiver spot.
Oh my God, Jared Goff's our starting quarterback.
You do have Jared Goff, but
there's your handicap right there.
That's your handicap. You got Jared Goff.
If Matt Stafford is still in Detroit, I would entertain that. Matt Stafford is a great quarterback, but not with Jared Goff. Yeah, no.
You got TJ Hawkinson back there. Hold up now.
I love Matt Campbell.
Hold up now.
I love Matt Campbell.
Hey,
I love Matt Campbell.
I'm gonna have to take that.
It doesn't work as good as I like Davis.
You got Jamal.
Did you guys watch?
You got Jamal Williams backing up. I'm gonna have to take that.
And that's the thing. I don't hate it. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's not but Stephen A. Smith makes worse takes on baseball than that. So yeah, I'll give him that.
Anybody else got a take before we move on to actual?
Anybody else got one?
The Nebraska Cornhuskers will fire Scott Frost. Oh shit!
That already happened.
Okay. I'm really sick and tired of people already throwing Urban Meyer in the coaching position for this team.
That man should not need to be a head coach.
That man should not be allowed to coach another sport ever in his life. He's not even allowed to coach. He should not even be allowed to coach cornhole. Like, this is ridiculous.
Not the Cornhuskers. He shouldn't be able to coach cornhole is what you're saying. I get it.
My thing is it won't be long before the Nebraska fans run him out of there anyway.
Well, I'm gonna.
Well, there's a lot less.
Who losses he gone?
Well, are you serious right now?
Scott Frost went.
Scott Frost went 15-31. That's why we ran him out of town. We actually gave Scott Frost a chance.
Scott Frost is one of their own though.
Hey, I have. Here's a hot take for you. I actually have Big J. I got a Big J journalism moment right here for you. I have firsthand account from one of my buddies from Fall City who was playing golf in Lincoln, Nebraska on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. at Firethorn Golf Course. And guess who comes up behind them playing by himself at Firethorn and ends up playing the rest of the round with him? None other than Mr. Scott Frost is playing golf Saturday morning. They had a game Saturday night, 6:30, and he was playing around at Firethorn. that morning, and he ended up playing 18 holes with them until around noon that day.
They gave Scott Frost enough rope to hang himself, but if you bring Urban Meyer up in there and he doesn't get enough wins,
drunk
No.
is drunk. Like
he
truly.
gone.
Yeah, no. Urban Meyer should not be allowed to coach a third grade girls basketball team. No.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And that should actually offend Nebraska fans that everyone thinks he's going to go there, because they think that we're like so low on the morality poll at this point, because
2 losses. Yeah.
honestly, the morality
Pioli.
poll as far as Nebraska
Pioli.
goes, like it was Varsity Blues and like Fulmer. It's basically what was going on with Tom Osborne.
That ain't
And
gonna
then
happen.
it was ridiculous is what was going on. And then there's just a lot of ridiculous shit that's happened. And like they just think that we're low enough on the morality poll to take Urban Meyer. And you know what? I would open Urban Meyer with just loving arms. Go get me some Florida kids.
God, bring me my money, Frost.
Yes. he took a
No more
he took a pay
Urban.
cut. I mean, he took a pay
Urban
cut this year.
The chat
you
is
wanna-
on fire tonight.
If you want to put Urban as a special teams coach, clearly he likes to. Clearly he can kick, so we can put him in that little bit of the corner.
Damn.
Okay.
7, did
no.
you just say that?
Yeah.
Man has a point right here, and Dick, I think he kind of goes along with what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Beats.
That's like, I mean, that's just
It is a draw factor.
It's a
If you
Lane
grab
Kiffin
Urban Meyer.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a Lane Kiffin
Yeah.
thing.
Lane Kiffin is actually from the area,
Lane Kiffin's from where?
Nebraska.
Lane Kiffin's from Nebraska? I've never heard that before. I thought he's from California.
I thought I
My
saw
first
that
time
earlier
here
today.
from Nebraska.
I mean, Urban's got Big Ten roots. He gets those Ohio State recruits, Florida, all those guys. Urban Meyer can sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves, and he walks into those college, those high school, and kick off the bus party. That's it. Yes. Yes,
Just make sure, as long as you got enough chicks there, he'll be right there.
Before every kickoff, the Nebraska fans, when they're at home, they take their shoes off and put them up in the air, like for a kickoff. And Urban would just be throwing them at Urban.
I just think he wouldn't last long. That's just me. You
And-
give Scott Frost, you give a hometown
I guess I'm
hopeful.
wrong. No, he's not. That's my bad.
You give
But
a hometown hopeful, every chance you
honestly,
can.
Oh
though,
no, he
with
is.
Urban.
He's from Lincoln.
Wow.
Lane
I didn't
Kiffin
know
is.
He was born. Yeah, he was born in Lincoln. No, Lane Kiffin was born in Lincoln.
that.
I'd rather have
Didn't
Urban Meyer. I'd rather have Urban Meyer than Lane Kiffin. I'd rather have Mike Tomlin than both of them.
know. Good one, that ain't gonna happen.
Mike Tomlin.
What
Dan
Will
Good one, that
Compton?
ain't gonna happen.
Will Compton
Seriously.
put Mike Tomlin's name into that ring.
You know,
He threw it
good
out
one,
earlier.
that
in one
ain't
of
gonna
his
happen.
videos.
Eric
Why would he
Bieniemy.
do that to himself?
Hey, so Will Compton totally heard me, right? Just with the outcries from Mike Tomlin.
Gotta be.
He
Gotta
listens
be.
to
It's
this
got to
show.
be. Hey,
He
guys,
listens to this show.
they get their
Gotta.
first African American coach out of it, by the way.
And that's
He
no,
listens
and
to-
that's
Mickey
great.
Joseph.
That's
Mickey
cool.
Joseph.
Mickey
Mickey
Joseph.
Joseph was their
And-
wide receivers coach, and now he's the first African American Nebraska
And
quarterback.
that's
So,
amazing.
or-
That's
or
amazing.
coach.
And if here's the thing, if he does well this year, I perfectly will submit, just like any other coach that does well in that kind of an interim role, they should get a shot, an honest shot to interview for that job.
he will. He will.
But for me,
He
like
got ran out too.
Bo.
Bo
We did run
Pelini,
him out of town.
Yeah, he got ran out of town.
I think you're going to be better off bringing in. Oh, I just had an idea. You know who would be probably interested in coaching again, but not at the NFL level? That would be
Don't
a
say
good
what
coach?
I think you about to say. Don't say
Come
who I
on.
think you about to say.
Oh my
Who-
god! I swear to God, if you say who I think you're gonna,
Don't say
I'm-
it,
I'm-
Savvy.
I'm going to piss both of these guys off because I'm pretty sure they know what I'm going to say. Eric Bieniemy, or no,
Oh
no,
my God. No.
Bill O'Brien.
God damn!
No,
Fuck off!
no. The
Fuck
program
off!
is
Hey,
the program
hey.
will be
Another man
destroyed.
that never gets to
Bill
Alabama-
Brown will destroy
He
that
is-
program.
He is the OC at Alabama right now, and Alabama is holding their own.
They almost lost Saturday.
Tony just
Hey,
sent me.
one point.
Texas.
1 point.
They barely
1
beat
point.
Texas.
They don't ask how. They ask how many.
Thank
They're-
you,
dude,
KW.
Th-
Thank
hey,
you,
th- hey,
KW.
why the Nebraska job is so interesting is because our fan base is so ridiculous with their expectations. Just like we're literally like the Cowboys of college. at
Of
this
college
point.
football.
That's what
No,
we are.
that's Alabama fans.
Well, I mean, but they're still good though. Like Alabama fans
Yeah.
Alabama's still.
Okay,
still
yeah,
wins
I'll-
that.
I'll give you. Yeah, all right.
Like
Let me
we
tell
won
you
we
something.
won a bunch of the
Nebraska's
'90s,
okay.
and now we think that we're entitled.
Alabama.
All right, I'll give you Cowboys.
Seven. Alabama fans are Patriots before Tom Brady left.
Let me tell y'all, man. Alabama.
Roll motherfucking Tide, Will. Roll Tide.
2-1.
Hell no.
Bill Bryan. Fuck him all day long. Fuck the
Man, let me
man.
tell y'all right now about Bill
stand
O'Brien.
him. I'd rather
Bill O'Brien.
Urban Meyer in a coach
Josie,
position.
you missed my take. You missed my take on what Bill O'Brien did to the Texans before he left. So it is very clear. Yes, but here's the thing: it is very clear that the issues with Hansy McGee, Mr. Deshaun Watson, were going on while Bill O'Brien was there.
I was here for this. Yeah.
I think he let that motherfucker burn. I hope he did.
He let
got that
DeAndre
massage.
Hopkins go. He let DeAndre Hopkins go for some cheese doodles and a cookie.
Dude, if Bill O'Brien actually did that,
he screwed that organization. It's
if
the only
he
thing that makes
actually
sense.
Traded us for some cookies and cheese doodles.
if he did that, he's a legend. You guys know that.
I agree. I agree.
I would want him at Nebraska if he did that.
I tell you, if it comes out that he knew and couldn't get the organization to do anything, and that's why he did what he did, I would totally change my tune on Bill O'Brien.
Legend.
I think that's what happened, and I firmly believe that that's what Bill
I think
O'Brien
so too.
did, because it's the only thing that makes sense. Why else would he still be able to work in football? Because Nick Saban has higher standards than that. Come on now.
Right.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Ever. The dumbest trade ever.
He knew what was going on. They wouldn't do anything. He screwed the team over and walked out while the motherfucker burned.
David Johnson was at the end of his rope. He was at the end of his career when that trade happened.
He was past the end of his career. He should have been done.
Stupid. He shouldn't have been in the league at that point.
And Bill O'Brien just gets to sit on that secret too. Yep. Just gets to go back and go, good.
I can't say nothing.
What I would love, he gets to be like 90 years old. He's laying in his bed. He's getting ready to die. Natural causes, his family all around him. And he pulls Nick Saban in close and goes, I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And then flatlines.
I knew all of it.
No, it's got to be, I did it on purpose.
I knew all along.
It's got to be, I did it on purpose. I cursed Deshaun Watson.
I did it for the Rock. I did it for the Rock.
You gotta also curse Deshaun on his deathbed.
I did it for the Rock.
There's a lot of people cursing Deshaun on their deathbed, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So
let's go ahead and get into the baseball. We got a lot to talk about there. So we're gonna go ahead and get that bad boy started with the 7th inning stretch. Let's go.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money.
All right, Seven, go ahead and break us down on the MLB.
So you and I got to talk about this a little last night, Will, but I wanted to be able to allow these two guys to chime in. So Friday, Major League Baseball announced that they are going to voluntarily accept the minor league players union as long as all of the votes get confirmed. They're not going to draw out the process. They're just going to accept it and get to the table to start negotiating the CBA. The reason why I think the league did this comes down to a simple factor. If they can fix this and get a decent CBA for the minor league players, where these guys are not, living off of chump change, $12,000 a year in single A ball, but still having the same expectations as pros as far as production, how much time you're spending doing the work.
When single A doesn't even count anymore, really.
There's too many teams.
But if they can adjust this and make it right, then these guys that have multiple sports, when they get drafted, they're going to be more likely to sign, because if you are a talented baseball player, you can make more as a baseball player than you can as a football player. Kyler Murray could have potentially made more as a baseball player than he will as a football player, and he has less of a chance of getting CTE. But
much less
because of the in pay when you get drafted to when you make it majors, and sometimes that's 5-6 years, sometimes even a decade for some guys.
I was going to say it's been known to be 10 years.
Exactly. why would you not want to incentivize the process so that these guys will stay? Because if you bring in more recognizable names in the minor leagues, you're going to sell better sponsorships, you're going to sell better tickets. There's going to be more interest in those teams. So it's a better stream of revenue, more reliable stream of revenue. It's a business. And also, it can actually help save face with the fans by not dragging it out. But I understand that the league could just be trying to get a position of power and screw the players over. Obviously, that's something they've done before. So, Josie, I'm going to let you throw your thoughts in on this first. What are your initial thoughts on the league saying that they will voluntarily accept the union?
I'm going to turn my camera back on for a sec. That I believe that this is the right step, and I also believe that this will have huge effect on other minor league sports going forward in getting them the ability to start unionizing. There's no reason. I realize it's seen differently as minor to pro, and it should be, but these guys are still, most time, especially in minor league baseball, these guys can't work other jobs. This is all they're living on. They may work something else in the off season, but they're also got to be focusing on getting better so they can get to the pros. These guys need not just better pay, but better health care, just better incentives all around. And I think that the MLB has made a huge, huge step. And as much as we want to talk some shit on Rob Manfred, this was a good call.
It's the right call. Yes, fuck Rob Manfred. Like, let's be clear.
Yeah, we still hate Rob Manfred.
Yeah,
still fuck him.
The first short for the winter meetings will say fuck Rob Manfred in some way. Like, that's going to happen. But it's a smart move. Dan, what are your thoughts, buddy?
On the CBA?
Well, on the league saying that they were going to voluntarily accept the minor league union instead of drawing it out.
I mean, I think there's way too many. I'm just so ignorant about it. I think there's way too many players in minor league baseball for one. I think there's way too many players for them to pay them what any other actual, like, obvious. Okay, so you play college football. How is that any different? How is playing college football any different than these guys playing minor league baseball? They're getting paid to play minor league baseball, correct? They're not getting paid. They're not getting paid at all, or weren't getting paid at all to play college football. They
Yeah,
should
right.
pay
The
tuition.
thing is that there's a 99% chance, unless you're someone big, that even if you play all 4 years of college baseball, you're still going to end up in the minor leagues for a few years.
Right, but not for near as long, obviously. But I think there's too much of, and we talked about this on Sunday meeting, winter meetings. I would say Sunday meetings for some reason. We talked about this on winter meetings. I think because the skill set for baseball is so weird and like hard to do, you need more time as a semi-pro. Like, I understand that, but at the same time, I think there's like way too many. I think there's way too many teams for them to actually pay these guys a legitimate amount of money. Like, I don't know. It's weird. No, I'm also ignorant to the fact.
I see what you're saying, and honestly, I feel like each team should have single A, double A, triple A. That's it. That's all you need.
That's it.
I think so. Three teams. That's you figured. We'll say 28. Optimistically, 28 active guys for each of those three teams.
That's doable.
That's reasonable. And then there are independent minor league teams and instructional leagues that exist. And if they want to pay those players in those leagues shit, it is what it is. I don't like any athlete not getting paid what they're worth, but in the minor leagues, it is harder to designate an athlete's worth. And I get why that's one of the reasons why this process is so difficult for the league, just as much as it is difficult for the players, because you have to really be able to establish what the true value of a minor league baseball player is. And clearly most of us are going to agree that it's more than, poverty-stricken wages, but at the same time, there are,
a minor league player doesn't need to be making.
There's a limit. There's a limit. Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to see minor league guys making $20 million. It's not going to happen. Most of those guys are going to end up with the CBA between $50,000 and $100,000 a year. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Like that's what's going to happen. Which is
Pretty
perfectly
standard.
reasonable.
To play as a
Salary
minor
pay.
league player is good money. That allows
Exactly.
you to focus on your game, not have to work an outside job during the off season.
Right.
Focus on playing. That's good money for a minor league,
Yeah.
and that's a great start for other sports.
That's my take
Absolutely.
on it. As long as they don't have to do other shit and it's not deterring them from becoming the best baseball player that they can, then that's what they should get paid, to me. Because
exactly.
honestly, Seven, let's be honest, the St. Joe Mustangs players aren't ever going to play in Major League Baseball anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like those semi-pro leagues that aren't even single A, like either commit yourself and try and get on a single A team, or shit or get off the pot.
Here's a great example for you. The Savannah Bananas, who are changing what minor league baseball is and about to be the first like Harlem Globetrotter style team in Major League Baseball. They announced this past week that they were going to start touring the country.
Are they a AAA team?
They're
They're an independent league.
They're an independent league. They're not involved in the major league at all.
Do any of those guys go to the major leagues?
They do.
Here's the thing: 50% of the players that play in the and I'm not going to say just on the Bananas, but in the league that the Bananas and the party animals are in, okay, 50% of those players, their contracts get picked up for a minor league team.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is, but that's the thing is they're not in they're an independent league. And I'm okay with that, especially with what the Bananas do. The Savannah Bananas are great for baseball. If you haven't seen anything, go onto YouTube and just search Savannah Bananas.
Yes.
You will see some amazing
just go on
content.
TikTok. You'll
TikTok, yeah. Great stuff. Hitting ball, taking her at bat with a batted fire.
Yeah.
There's a guy that hits on
stilts.
Yeah.
And umpire that dances as he wipes the plate.
Jonathan Papelbon showed former Red Sox pitcher for the 2007 World Series team, showed up and pitched an inning for the Bananas with his World Series fee on the ground behind the mound.
Yep.
Bro, it's great. It's great to watch. It's very fun baseball.
It is exactly what the Globetrotters were for basketball when they came around.
Yeah.
It was something different.
And one mixtape.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
It's absolutely great. We're gonna see some interesting stuff in basketball in the future because they're bringing back slam ball and hopefully they use it correctly this time. But with this, it's there's a lot that can be done, and I hope that the owners whittle some stuff down because I do kind of agree with you, Dan. 3 minor league teams for each Major League Baseball team.
Do Major League teams have more than 3 minor league teams? I thought that's
yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. No. Yes, they do.
There are some Major League teams that have 4 and 5 minor league teams because they'll have an actual affiliate Cactus League team. They'll also have an AC, an Atlantic League team. And
that's too much. That's too much.
There's they're trying to worry about how much money that they're in the international market so that they can find the solid players internationally. They're hemorrhaging money in the minor leagues in those extra teams. As much as I hate that this loses opportunities for size, this is professional sports. Not everybody's going to get a shot. The fact that these guys all get that much shot is better than most other sports are concerned when it comes to being in the minor style system.
It's almost all.
Almost every other professional that minor league system, you're 5 years. No, you're already gone. You're already
the NBA. Yeah, go ahead.
So, I agree with Dan on that though.
I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, that definitely needs to be I never knew teams could have more than 3. I believe the Astros only have 3.
Yeah,
I believe. I could be wrong on that, but
just whittle it down.
Yeah. It can be trimmed down. It's fine. It's a bad thing. Other that I wanted to spend some time on tonight, and again, Will and I got to have some fun with this one last night too. The battle in National League East between the Braves and the Mets.
It's a game now. Mets have a 1-game lead.
Yep, the Mets have a
both
1-game
teams
lead.
Lost, but They picked up half a game.
Yeah, I think it was because of who the Braves lost to.
Mm-hmm.
Vince or Strider out there just getting it
real
done.
quick.
Looking like a fucking Da Vinci sculpture.
Looking at the scoreboard real quick. Dodgers and D-backs are at the end of the fourth inning. It's 0-0. Top of the third. Giants beating Braves 2-0. Final.
There you go.
The Rangers defeated the Marlins. The Marlins. I'm sorry, 3-2. You said, were you serious when you said on Gauntlet that the Mariners are gonna win the series? Because that's why I came back and I said, bro, you for real?
The Mariners are
said
team.
that on
Yeah,
Gauntlet.
that's I'm serious. The Mariners are sleeper team for the playoffs this year.
He's been picking the Mariners for quite some time now.
I know he's picking them for a sleeper, but a World Series went to
win the AL at least.
Yeah.
Real quick, not to change the subject, but the only NFL team on Sunday who did not score a touchdown. Can anybody answer this question?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, that's it. You win.
But you know what?
I'm serious.
But you know what?
Mariners, though.
But that's why I questioned it because and then you said on winter meetings that you were looking at them as a sleeper. So okay,
yeah. And here's the thing, because right now, if we look at who teams are across the National League, the two teams in the National League are the Yankees and the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
If one of those teams does not make ALCS, it will be because of the Mariners.
100%.
Upset.
I don't
unless the Yankees and Astros meet before the A's, which I don't think will.
I don't think that
because of how they're seeded, and they're going to be seeded. The Mariners will one of their seasons if they get the chance.
Gotcha.
I don't particularly want to see the Seattle Mariners before the ALCS if I'm as a Yankees fan. The Yankees actually match up quite well with the Mariners, so I'm not really that incredibly worried about it. But any other team, I'd be like, nope. Look, can we skip them? I'll take anybody else. Take Toronto. Honestly, I'd rather see the Mariners than Toronto just because of how they match up with the Yankees. But that's just my bias as a fan. You don't want to see them. Like, I don't think anybody wants to see Seattle. If you're anybody else, you don't want to see Seattle. You'd rather see Toronto. Honestly, I think if you're anybody else than the Yankees, just because of how they match up. The Yankees, the Rays, and the Rays. We kind of fucked the Rays up in this last series. The offense came back. The Yankees' offense came back. It's
I saw that.
I mean, Judge is the hands down AL MVP at this point. Let's not. I don't care if Aaron Judge doesn't have a hit the rest of the year. He's gonna win it. And I'm not saying you. The only argument I take is Shohei Ohtani. I'll take a Shohei Ohtani argument, but
the reason, and I'm gonna say it like this: the reason that I will put Aaron Judge above Shohei for MVP comes down to one simple fact. If you take Aaron Judge off of that Yankees roster, that Yankees roster is dead in the okay. The problem with Shohei, the Shohei fan battle, is if you take Shohei off of that Angels roster,
they're still bad.
Changes, they still suck. Shohei and Trout are two players of two generational players in what they do, and I will not deny that. But their impact is not making the difference between them making any kind of a huge season for the Yankees. Aaron Judge is the season for the Yankees. Plain and simple.
Now, I asked this question last night on winter meetings. Judge getting 63?
Yeah, he'll get it.
I think he does too. And the craziest thing about that is, like, I don't agree with this, but there's a lot of old heads, dude, like these guys that we talk about all the time that we really don't particularly like, who are gonna think that Aaron Judge is the all-time home run king. If he gets to 63, he's the all-time home run king because he would be the only other one that did it without the guys with steroids. How interesting is that? Not only will he be the all-time AL home run king, he will be, in a lot of people's eyes, the all-time single-season home run king, which I think is ridiculous. Which I think is ridiculous. But
I got another question for you: is Pujols hitting 700?
Yeah, he'll hit 700. He'll get to
That's
700.
the question.
He's like 3
Because-
behind.
He's 3
697.
behind, and and this is the career home run, so postseason counts.
Yeah.
He's getting it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I think he ends the when by the time that the Cardinals leave the postseason in the second round, he'll be at 705.
Yeah, like 7. Yeah, something like 03, 04, something like
If
that.
he really smokes at it, if he goes hard like he has been in the paint, he could get to 714. He could get to 714, which is Babe Ruth.
710 is kind of my.
It's a long.
Where I feel like it is where it's like the stretch goal. I think you could say
long shot,
professional terms. But I mean, no, you're right. 714. I don't think it's out of, especially with the fact that he's already at 697.
I mean, and we've said it on this show a couple of times. Pujols is having one of his best seasons that he's had in 4 or 5 years. He is leaving it all on the field, and I love seeing it. I love seeing this man.
And the one Israel.
The fact that he is able to do this, and for me, the thing that I think is great about this is he's not just doing this, he's doing it in St. Louis with Yachty and Wayno.
Right.
That's
all the old guys.
You know, the old guys, like they're all right there together. They're all getting ready to walk off into the sunset. Yeah. Pujols, actually, Yachty may have been the youngest one, or may have been the youngest one out of all of them, but I know Pujols and Wayno came up together. And Yachty wasn't too far behind him.
The all-time list, by the way, Israel, is Barry Bonds 763 in first. Hank Aaron is number 2 at 755, and 714 is Babe Ruth, number 3, and right now number 4, who just passed Alex Rodriguez, 697 Albert Pujols, and then Alex Rodriguez is 696.
That's right, baby.
All right, 7.
Road going down. Yeah, sorry.
Real quick. Russell Williams' first game versus Seattle comes down to this: down by 1 with one last chance to win it for Denver.
4:02 left in the fourth.
Broncos fans, let's ride.
All right,
Broncos
Dan.
country, let's ride.
Broncos country, let's ride.
All right, Dan. All right, Dan. I'm going.
Broncos country, let's ride.
What are you doing? What are you going?
One thing.
Hardwood with the dick. What you got? What you got for us in the NBA, my friend?
Last week. I mean, we did the. I got some new stuff on Anthony Edwards here. Anthony Edwards incredibly sorry for posting an anti-gay video to social media.
Oh God.
So self-hating. Probably had to apologize to Russell Westbrook at some point in the process too for that.
Right.
Damn.
And AD. What's the an Aaron Judge or sorry, John Carlos Stanton. Personally. Let's just use this segment to talk about all the professional sports players we think are gay. All right. Number one.
No.
We can't do that, man.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
I'm trying not to get kicked off FCC Airways.
Will, I'm kidding. I'm kind of kidding. We would have
liked to get monetized at some point.
We're gonna do it on
my goodness.
No, but I don't really have anything for. I mean, dude, there's not really other than the Spider Mitchell getting traded, but we did that last week. I mean, there's no
last week. Yeah.
Like, you're giving me zero content to work with here. I'm not because I just went to Anthony Edwards anti-gay social media post. Like that's how low I have to go. If this is low hanging fruit to get any NBA news at this point. I mean.
Steph Curry said that Golden State internally discussed the trade for KD, who is misunderstood.
That is another just bottom of the barrel. We're just going for anything anything they say.
No, I mean,
LeBron doesn't hang out with Russell Westbrook.
Would it be worth it? Would it be worth for Golden State to have KD with everything, with all of the issues that have gone on? Would it be worth it to bring him back?
Yes.
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 I just think it kills their depth if you get him.
Who gives a shit, Will?
That's true.
They don't need depth when they have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant in their starting 5. It just doesn't need to happen.
As long as somebody don't get hurt.
Right. Well, barring injury. I mean, that's all hypothetical barring injury anyway. But I mean, the Lakers are going to be an absolute freak sideshow. It should be a lot of fun.
The Nets are going to be a sideshow too.
Pat
You
Bev and Westbrook.
you got Pat Bev out here
Pat
grabbing
Bev and
dicks.
Westbrook together.
Great. It's great. There's going to be like something like the odds for a fist fight between teammates on the court is pretty high.
Extremely high, my friend.
Yeah.
I think what we
Extremely
need
high.
to do is we need to let Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook know that we accept them for who they are and that they just need to get a weekend in a fancy hotel and fuck it out. And then there will be peace on the Lakers bench. I think that's what we need to do. We just need to let them know it's okay. We're not judged. We don't judge here. We're accepting all sexualities. But if y'all could just fuck it out so we can have other shit in the news, that would be great.
It'll be like it'll for Pat Bev 7. It'll be like, you know, when you got caught smoking a cigarette when you were younger and your mom made you smoke the whole pack. That's what it'll be like for Pat Bev. You just make him smoke the whole pack one weekend. Make him smoke that whole pack, that whole Russell Westbrook pack.
All right, guys, let's go
Crickets.
ahead.
Play the crickets, Will.
I'll play the cricket. You want to play cricket real? I'll play him real quick, dog.
Thank you. I'm done. That's the hardwood with Dick.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the huddle. Get you caught up on some NFL action. Let's go. Buffalo start off the game with Thursday night's contest. The Bills just smacked the hell out of the Rams, 31-10.
I'm telling you, the Rams did not look like a Super Bowl champ, and Matthew Stafford looked like trash.
Bro,
pump the fucking brakes on that game. That's some Super Bowl hangover to the actual fucking T, dude. And here's the only takeaway you can take out of that game. If you didn't already know this, you don't know the NFL. Fucking Josh Allen is the real motherfucking
he's
deal,
the real deal.
y'all. He is the real motherfucking deal, y'all. Like that dude is a fucking freak. He is a freak in nature, and in the biggest degree. I'm actually I'll overreact and say that's my MVP pick. I've already said it. Josh Allen.
It, and Will says I'm being too.
I'm not deeming anybody MVP week 1.
I wouldn't either. But if I'm gonna have to jump and somebody's gonna make me pick, Josh Allen's my pick.
If somebody got a gun to my head,
yeah, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
One of those picks he threw. One of those picks he threw wasn't his fault.
Yeah, that was gonna.
The other one was.
He went 10 straight at the beginning, and honestly, it should have been 11 because that first pick was definitely not his fault.
He's gonna run for fucking 600 yards and probably 8 to 10 touchdowns, and he's gonna throw 35 or 40 touchdowns, and he's gonna throw for over 4,000 yards. That's an MVP. Bam, and they're gonna win 12 or 13 games.
Here's my thing with the Rams. First, the running attack suck. Cam Akers, you're terrible. Henderson, you're terrible. And then you go back on defense, and you can actually see losing Von Miller made a difference on this team.
That was my takeaway. Von Miller was huge for that defense.
Yep. And then you got Jalen Ramsey back there getting burnt. Eli Apple might have to give up.
That man is like a fine wine. He just gets better with age.
Jalen Ramsey might have to get the new title of burnt toast because he was getting destroyed. Anybody scared of Jalen Ramsey?
That's Jalen Ramsey. It's his new nickname is Rotisserie Chicken.
There you go. Yes, I like that.
Roasted.
Yes, I like that.
I like that, dog.
7 targets, 6 completed passes for over 150 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. He allowed a perfect QBR. I'm not saying that Jalen Ramsey is done, but he had a bad game. He got torched by one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Yeah.
Who and an up and coming receiver.
He doesn't know Gabriel Davis.
Yep.
They're talking about, Gabe Davis. I got a bunch of Gabe Davis's rookie cards. Good Gabe Davis. Good like Gabe Davis.
Up and coming.
I like Gabe Davis
for sure. Up and coming.
Good Dave Davis. Make my rookie cards worth something.
What did you think of Aaron Darnold last night?
Aaron Donald or Sam Darnold?
Or Aaron Donald.
He gets double teamed every play like he usually does, and sometimes he just can't do it.
The money they paid him to come back and not retire, he did not look that great.
But you have to understand, like Dan just said, he's being double teamed every play.
He eats double teams, and that's important.
Yeah, that's really
his job
important.
is to exactly. Yeah, his job is to eat that double team because it frees up attention on the other side.
Yep.
And
That's
Ndamukong
his
Suh
job.
made over $150 million in the NFL, and he's got like 45 career sacks, something like that. I think he's got like 50 or 55. And that's not, I mean, he goes relatively unnoticed in most games, but he's getting paid $18 million a year for a reason. They didn't just pay him because he sucks up double teams. And Aaron Donald's like the best at it, dude. Like Aaron Donald gets sacks with sucking up those double teams. He's worth every penny of it, honestly. Like, I mean, that's
every penny.
Just like Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver in NFL history because of what Randy Moss did to NFL defenses. Aaron Donald has the same impact on NFL offenses.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
He's the greatest of all time, Will.
I disagree, but it's all good. It's all good.
Fuck Jerry Rice.
Doggone it.
Fuck Jerry Rice in his fucking horseshoe cornrows.
Don't be disrespecting. Don't be disrespecting Jerry Rice, man. The New Orleans Saints
must have been nice to have those quarterbacks.
The New Orleans Saints come back from 16 down to defeat the Atlanta Falcons 27-26. I'm frustrated because we should have never been 16 down, but it is what it is. We got the comeback. Jameis Winston just looked like trash the first half. The first 3 quarters, he looked like trash, but he came back in the fourth. They had a really humongous game. Michael Thomas came back and looked strong. Jarvis Landry got on the stat sheet. Chris Olave, their rookie wide receiver, came back, got a 2-point conversion. I'll give it to the Saints. Got Tampa Bay coming up. They need to show up that offensive line big time because that Tampa Bay defense, particularly that front seven, is very, very good. And they can get some pressure on Jameis.
2 things happened at that halftime of that game, Will, why they came back. It was Jameis Winston got himself some crab legs in him. And also he had that, he just gave them that halftime talk like that. Just smile. Just smile.
I think what happened with the Falcons though. I think what happened with the Falcons though, they were doing a lot of blitzing, getting to Jameis. And then in the third quarter, the last half of the third quarter, they let up on the blitzing. And they were going more to cover 2. And Jameis was able to throw the football to some open receivers and make some things happen. Had they continued blitzing him and giving him problems, they probably would have won the game.
Is it Deion White, number 45 for Atlanta? Deion
sounds right.
Deion White.
Lewis. Deion Lewis.
No, Deion Lewis is running back. It's White, isn't it? Deion Jones? Yeah, I think it's Deion Jones. That might be right. He's
Jones. Yeah.
Alabama, right? Yeah. Okay, anyway, that's just a stud. 45. Where's 45?
Stud.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that guy's a freak. Yeah, like you were saying that Atlanta front seven, they're fast as a motherfucker. Those guys can run. They are built for today's NFL for sure because they're hybrid. They can. Deion Jones is perfect, dude. He can play the pass. He's strong enough and big enough to play the run. He's like that perfect NFL, like that hybrid new school linebacker. And yeah, Jameis. I mean, dude, Jameis is a good quarterback, bro. Like that guy is incredibly talented. Okay, he has a fucking ton of arm talent. I don't know where he's at mentally sometimes because that's just who he is. You're going to take it for what it is. Like, just take him for what he is. That's all you can do. Embrace him, take him for what he is, and try and win something. He ain't winning a fucking Super Bowl. That's the only thing about it is like, I don't think that he's going to be able to keep it together in a playoff run but is for what it's worth, I guess,
Battle of Baker Mayfield. Cleveland defeats the Carolina Panthers 26-24. Thought it was so funny. The Chicago Bears get their first win. They beat the San Francisco 49ers.
The thing about that loss there is Baker had a shot and blew it. He could have won it.
That thing, that I'm not one. I don't like the excuse that call cost somebody the game. And I am not going to say that one bad call cost Baker Mayfield the game. But that roughing the passer call was bullshit.
I agree. And
I do think we are having somewhat of a different conversation if if they don't call that bullshit call, because that was not roughing the passer. But Baker lost. There's multiple other opportunities that he could have capitalized on to win that game.
I agree. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20. That defense, they gave Burrow hell. They gave Joe Burrow hell.
That Bengals line still doesn't know what to do. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Nope.
They need to change. I'm starting to wonder if it's either a scheme issue or a coaching issue, because they switched out guys. It was almost a complete overhaul of their offensive line, and it doesn't seem like there's been any kind of a change. I can get time for cohesiveness happens, but it's the same problems they were having last year.
Joe Burrow is up throwing 2 touchdowns and 4 picks yesterday. 4 picks.
We talked about the Texans. We didn't talk about the fact that game almost ended in the exact same way. I thought it did. I did not realize Pittsburgh kicked that field goal. But that game almost ended in the exact same way as the Texans-Colts game.
The Bengals had that game at one point and missed a kick. Like, yesterday was not a good day for kickers, man. It was rough.
Running backs either.
No.
Was that Israel right there that just said that about the Black Air Force Ones?
Yes.
Yeah. So he did? Okay. That's because he's giving them parting gifts before he gets to Nebraska.
You need to stop. Stop.
He's coming to Nebraska, bro.
He is not.
You really think
Why
Mike
would he do
Tomlin
that
is
to
going to
himself?
leave the Steelers beginning of the season to go to Nebraska?
I mean,
why would he do that? Nebraska couldn't pay the man enough.
I'll be here next September to tell you I told you so. I'll be here.
I think more than likely it's that this guy that they put in finishes out the season, and then maybe they get Tomlin after.
Tomlin ain't leaving the Steelers.
Yeah, bro, they're not getting another coach before the end of the season.
I don't actually believe that Nebraska's ever going to get Mike Tomlin as a head coach, unless it's like
he's just manifesting.
Wait,
trying to manifest,
Josie. You out there, Dan?
I'm trying to talk it into existence because it would be
like
the greatest
movie. It's a wish.
It would be like the greatest, weirdest thing ever, and it would be awesome. We would get all the recruits. It would just be so it's just fantastical to me, and so that's why I try and talk it into fruition. And if I do it over some kind of medium, I think I can. I think I can talk it into fruition. Will.
Let me speed this up real quick. The Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Detroit Lions 38-35. We talked about the Colts and the Texans ending the 2020 tie. Miami defeated the New England Patriots 20-7. Matt Jones looks to be out.
I have a question. What was Tyreek Hill's stat line in that game?
Tyreek Hill in this game,
he went 11 for 120 something.
Yep. Tyreek Hill was 8 catches for 94 yards.
Oh, sorry.
The had against dumpster fire secondary the Arizona Cardinals have. Well, Tyreek Hill would have 8 yesterday. 8.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, I mean, yes, for sure. I mean, Mecole Hardman kind of did yesterday. Mecole Hardman kind of did though.
Yeah.
Dude, Patty don't need fucking Tyreek Hill. We've said that. I've been saying that beginning. He doesn't need Tyreek Hill.
Well, yeah.
Neither does Andy Reid. They don't need him. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to have a Ferrari in the garage, but you don't drive that Ferrari all the time, nor do you need it.
Right. The Baltimore Ravens defeat the New York Jets 24-9. Lamar Jackson making these bad decisions, going throughout representation, turning down huge money to bet on himself. Fellas, do you think he's doing the right? He's making the right call to represent?
I don't. If what you said yesterday is true, I believe the man could go out and have MVP caliber season. One of literally the best season he's ever had in his life, and he's still not going to get offered more money than
that. Yeah, I don't. I think at this point for him, it's it actually just depends if he gets that money or not. If he gets the money, then yes, it's a good decision. If he gets what he wants, then yes, it's a good decision to bet on himself. But at this point, he's got to be getting to the point where it's you got to take something probably because you don't want it to. But Baltimore has absolutely zero fucking choice. They don't have a choice. He has them bent over at this point. There's no other way to put it.
I think the issue with Baltimore is the fact they don't want to guarantee that much money. I think that's the issue.
They don't
want to guarantee that much money.
Nobody wants to guarantee that much money. That's why all the ownership. That's why all of the owners are so pissed at the Haslams for guaranteeing all $230 million of Deshaun's contract.
Yep.
This is not baseball. You do not get a fully guaranteed contract as a football player. It doesn't happen.
Nope. All it takes is one injury.
Especially when you're the type of quarterback that Lamar Jackson is. Like, that's the only way he doesn't. That's the only reason he doesn't have all the leverage and he can just hold out until they actually pay him what he wants, is because at some point there is going to be a tipping point where it's just, like if he does, if he declines it, they're just going to be like, okay, well, I mean, we can't do any better than that.
He missed 4 games last year with an ankle injury.
He's not the biggest, firmest guy.
Lamar Jackson is not that guy. But he has the he has the Ravens by the balls.
He does.
Because they are not in the position.
Ravens, he's got the Ravens by the asshole.
You cannot.
Good one, Josie. Good one.
The Ravens, it's not like the Ravens can just tank for a draft pick so they can get a better quarterback.
Yep.
No, that's not an option.
It's not an option at all.
Who are you going to grab on the market if you're the Ravens? What are you going to do? Trade for Kyler Murray? Trade for Deshaun Watson?
Bad to worse.
Oh, hey, let's give Daniel Jones a second chance. What are they going to do? They don't have a fucking choice.
Wait. Hold on. They could trade for Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
Well, Davis
See,
Mills.
we almost did it together. You're a little behind, Josie. You got to be in on this. Got to listen for it.
I mean, you brought that up yesterday, Will, in them trading Davis Mills. I don't want the Lamar Jackson drama. That's my thing. Is Texans already have enough drama?
We got enough drama with Brandon Cooks on the team.
And enough issues. Like, I don't want. The reason I kind of like Davis Mills is he's not a Deshaun Watson. He's not a Lamar Jackson. He's not this elite level quarterback.
He's more prototypical.
He's a good quarterback.
He's
low
more
expectations.
prototypical behind. Yeah, he's more prototypical, but throw behind the pocket. Yeah.
It's a lot easier to enjoy his success because you don't expect as much out of him.
Exactly.
There's a lot, like for teams like Kansas City and
Green Bay.
Buffalo, Green Bay, your quarterback has to be perfect or they get ripped apart every Monday.
Yes.
That's just that there's no excuse. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, despite the fact that he doesn't have very many weapons, if he's
still gonna hold him accountable.
They're still going to hold him accountable because the expectation is he is that guy and they will win because of him. And here's the thing. That's why I say Lamar Jackson is not that guy.
Or as KW said, he ain't all that.
He ain't all that. No. Like, you could not. I understand that quarterbacks like Allen, Mahomes, Brady, these guys aren't a dime a dozen. They are hard to find.
Yes.
But Lamar Jackson is not that guy.
One of the biggest issues, I think, in the NFL, you mentioned those guys, Seven, is that they're so quick to say someone is that guy after one good season or whatever. Same thing with Kyler Murray. Just a couple of years ago, people were saying, oh, he's Aaron Rodgers, he's Patrick Mahomes level. And in the past couple of seasons, we've seen that he's not. And it's the same thing with Lamar. After his MVP season, everybody was saying, oh, he's Aaron Rodgers, he's Tom Brady level, and he's not. They rate these guys. You can even go back to RG3. RG3, first season, great. After that, nothing.
Josie, do you know why that happens? Do you know why that is?
It's too much too fast.
Well, that and the NFL defensive coordinators are smart guys, and they start to find out. They find out what you are bad at, and they exploit it.
What makes you an elite level quarterback in the NFL?
They take it away.
To adapt.
Yep. They take it away.
Being able to take in one season, be that guy, and then realize after that season, okay, the DCs are going to figure me out. How can I change?
Tom Brady, they asked him one time why he played so good when it was snowing or like when the weather was bad. And he said it's because everything goes into extra slow motion for me. He said I want everything to be as slow as possible on the defensive, and like when I'm looking, I want everything to be as slow as possible. He's like, I don't have to move back there, so I can just look. And he's like, in the snow, guys can't move as fast. He's like, so everything slows down for me. And he's like, that's why I was so good in the snow, because I actually found it easier because everybody slows down. They can't run as fast. They don't, they can't plant and stuff. And he's like, and I just found that interesting. That's exactly what we're talking about. Is like Lamar's still everything in his brain is still going fast because he's going fast a lot of the time, right? And so he hasn't slowed stuff down to the point that Aaron Rodgers has. And obviously things go very slow for Patrick Mahomes. You can tell that Patrick Mahomes is so goddamn relaxed back there. He's just back there like, yeah, just fucking around, throwing it sidearmed, running left, going right, doing weird shit, like just trying stuff out.
As much as it bugs me to say this, Pat is zen. He's just so zen in that pocket. And honestly, I don't know if they're even more than like Tom. He is more zen in that pocket than I saw Tom Brady a lot of the times. He's just so comfortable, so relaxed. Like you said, Dan, he'll sit back in that pocket for what seems like hours. And then if he has to run, he'll make it look easy.
He makes the correct moves. Yeah.
Yeah. And all right, sorry, keep going. We'll get to the Chiefs game and I want to say another thing on it.
Okay. The Washington Commanders, that's weird to say. The Washington Commanders defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-22. The New York Football Giants get a win over the Tennessee Titans 21-20. Kansas City Chiefs get a huge win against the Arizona Cardinals 44-21.
Okay, really quick. Cliff Kingsbury, yet again, go fuck yourself. You don't have the skill to be an NFL coach. Get the fuck off the field.
Oh, that jawline though.
And secondly, the other thing that I wanted to say is the best thing, my best takeaway, because I expected Kansas City to come away from this W yesterday, but I wanted to see what the Chiefs were doing better. First of all, we have not seen a Chiefs defense click that quick since before Bob Sutton was the defensive coordinator. That is the best the Chiefs defense has looked in week 1 in over 5 years. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes was more selective about breaking out of the pocket and his selections yesterday. He spread that motherfucker out just like he said he was going to do. Yes, we saw Kelsey and we saw Juju get a decent amount of targets. But if you pay attention to what was going on yesterday, you want to know why that happened? Because he did what Tom Brady does. He started playing matchups.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the game is super slow for him at this point. Yeah. He sees everything super slow. It's just relaxed. He's like, they know the game plan. Andy Reid is a huge part of it too. Andy Reid and that whole offensive staff, Eric Bieniemy, future Nebraska coach, Eric Bieniemy and that offensive staff are so in tune, and like they're just, dude, they're gonna roll, bro. They're gonna put up some. I'll give a hot take for you. The Kansas City Chiefs might score more points than anybody in the history of the NFL this year. 17 games. Hear me out. 17 games. The Chiefs might put up more points this year than any team in the history of the NFL. They might average 37, 38 points a game.
It's possible because the way the offense is flowing and the way that he's been spreading it out. I mean, go back and look at this game. He spread it out to everybody almost.
I hate to say it, the Chiefs everything clicked, and if they continue to click like that, the defense, the offense. I think someone said, I saw this statistic somewhere, the chances of going undefeated now in the NFL are like you have a higher chance of winning the lottery than you do of going undefeated in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
check this out.
I say that, and what I saw in Kansas City yesterday, I don't know who's going to stop them.
I don't think they're going undefeated because
they're going to get beat.
I mean, like I said, the chances of going undefeated in the NFL
somebody will clip them.
They will split the Chargers games. I will say that. I will say that humbly. They will split the Chargers games.
Yeah.
The Raiders still aren't going to get a win because Derek Carr can't stop putting hair gel in for himself and his brother long enough to play a fucking football game.
Those jawlines, though.
But
hey, I just have a quick hot take, real quick.
AFC South, the winner of that division will have a losing record. And I say that as that being my division. The winner of the AFC South will have a losing record.
Wow.
It's possible.
It's not.
I can't.
It's not just possible. It's likely.
I can't get behind that.
I
mean, week one was standing. I think the Colts will have a winning record.
The Jacksonville Jaguars won the AFC South.
In Matt Ryan.
You know what?
I have no faith in Matt Ryan.
Somebody else told me that the other day.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take for you.
Somebody else told me that, and I
the
looked
Jags
at
make the playoffs.
I'm kind of there with you on that, Dan.
I don't know that,
with you.
honestly.
I think Trevor Lawrence takes
yesterday.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence will take a step forward.
Yeah.
And that's all it'll take to win the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
He should. He's a talented quarterback, and you're right. That's all he has to do.
Sunshine.
Vrabel and the Titans aren't gonna do it. Vrabel and the Titans aren't gonna do it. They're done. That's it.
No, the division comes down to honestly
Jaguars.
It's the Colts, the Texans, but honestly, it's who has the least crappier season in that division. And
that's why the Jaguars are going to be in competition for that division. But really quick, on the most sports thing that you guys were talking about with the Chiefs. So I just looked it up. So the NFL record for a team, the most points a team has put up in the season, the 2013 Denver Broncos currently hold that record with 606 points in the regular season. So that is, we'll call it 36 points. It's just shy of 36 points. It's 35.7, 35.65 points a game. Yep. So we'll say 36 a game. If Kansas City just got 44. So
with one extra game,
we have one extra game. So no, I did 35. So I averaged it out over 17 games to hit 606. And that's where I got the 35.65. Okay. So if you average 36 points a game over 17 games, you will eat that. You will beat that record. And right now, when we look at the talent in the NFL, obviously it's not going to be the Seahawks or the Broncos. Seahawks did win that game 17-16.
Yep.
But there is not another team.
Geno Smith just got a win over
Russell Wilson.
Look at that shit.
There is not another team right now outside of the Bills that's going to come close.
Bills are our biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
Bills are our biggest threat.
I could honestly see Bills versus like Bills Chiefs AFC Championship.
Yeah,
probably
right now.
That's their biggest threat.
That's most likely for sure.
That's their biggest threat. The Chargers defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 24-19. Herbert, that's a bad man. The Minnesota Vikings defeat the Green Bay Packers 23-17. Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the Dallas Cowboys 19-3. Dak Prescott gone 6 to 8 weeks.
Dude, Justin Herbert might be the purest pocket passing quarterback. He's definitely he's definitely the purest pocket passer I've ever seen in real life. Okay, so like literally, dude, I was sitting on the away side of Arrowhead and watching Justin Herbert last year, and I was like, dude, this dude just slings dimes, bro. It's 5-step or shotgun drop, and it's literally just he puts the ball fucking money, dude. Like just all day, every single throw, out routes, everything, just fucking crazy.
He's terrible. He's terrible to have. He's terrible to have on your fantasy team, but he's a good quarterback.
Oh my gosh!
Get some popsicles.
Let's get some popsicles up in here.
Just looking for the paper boy.
Looking for the paper boy.
Hoping to hear the good news.
Let's hear the good news. Bring your little muscle ass back in here.
Stay away from my brother's butt.
Bring your little muscle ass back in here.
Piss me off.
Call me.
Get your fat ass over here.
Get your fat ass over
here.
That piggly ass over here.
Buck Tenze. Dak Prescott is gone.
That's Cowboy season.
He's gone for 6 to 8 weeks.
Ben DiNucci.
Cooper Rush. It's like Cooper Rush
Yeah, I
looks
know.
like he's going to be the starter. Is the season already over for the Dallas Cowboys?
There's
Today's
one
Tom
thing.
Sawyer, mean ride.
There's one thing that the Dallas Cowboys can do to save their season at this point. Trade for Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
Davis Mills.
I like
Yeah.
Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills. That's the story of the night.
gosh.
Yes, the Cowboys are screwed, but they were screwed before the season started. So
Yeah,
Because
you gotta-
Jerry Jones still runs the
because you
organization.
got a
Jerry-
number one receiver. Because you got a
Jerry
number one
Jones went to
receiver.
the Bill O'Brien school of being a GM.
Because you got a number one receiver who you sure isn't a number, who you don't know is a number one receiver.
Landers not a number
Um,
one receiver.
Yeah, I don't think CD is the number one receiver.
And
You got running
did
back
anybody
issues with
see-
Ezekiel Elliott, and you got offensive line issues that you need to fix. So they got issues even before that game happened. And
Did
CDs.
anybody see Big Zeke out there looking like a Power Ranger with that face mask last night?
damn, look like a Power Ranger.
Also looking like he ate one of the Power Rangers.
He looking junky.
Yeah, dude. He does not come. He just doesn't give a shit. You know,
You
like
don't
he's
care
out there
no
just
more.
he's out there
That's what I
buying
mean.
teammates like
He
Gucci
got
bags
his
and stuff. He don't
money.
give a fuck, dude.
That's what
He
happened.
got his money.
Man, but how many times have we seen? We saw with D'Angelo Williams at Carolina. As soon as they paid that man that money, he sucked. The season
Dude.
before, he was great.
Zeke
The minute he got
sucked
that money, he
before
sucked.
the money. Zeke did not earn that money.
I've told you guys before, if they ever pay me $32 million or whatever Zeke got paid, I'm done. I'm not showing up to work. Like I'm literally the next, like I'm just not gonna work. Like I'll show up, but like I'm not gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna like work. Like I'm gonna be like, yeah, you guys already paid me though, so like I'm not really gonna work that hard. Like that's a real thing, dude. Like that's a real
Yeah,
like
a lot of these guys will hold out. They'll,
Ezekiel
they'll
Elliott
come to
does.
camp. They'll come to camp and hold out. They'll do instead of holding out, they'll hold in.
He doesn't
Hold
love
in.
football. He doesn't love football.
No, no.
Ezekiel, and it's fine. It's not his fault. He just doesn't love it. He was just happen to be good at it, you know, really, really good at it, and that's where he's at now.
And
Somebody
of
wants
course,
to see.
Once his contract's done, he'll retire.
I think so, yeah, and
I don't
he'll
think he
do
has
other
a
things.
choice. I don't think.
Yeah, he'll get
I think
ran
this
out.
is his last season. He's
Of
another
being
one. I think he's about done.
anyway relevant. I think this is definitely his last season. I think he might play a little bit more, but like it'll just be for money at that point too,
Like the Shady McCoy route where he bounces around to teams that might
and
be
just kind of
contender.
shows up and like
Right,
maybe
yeah.
catch,
An analyst
catch a
somewhere.
pass. Yeah.
and of course
He ends up
tonight's
being an
game,
analyst somewhere.
and of course tonight's game, the Seattle Seahawks get an upset victory over the Denver Broncos, 17-16.
Geno
Smith
Smith
had
for
a
MVP.
Geno Smith had a damn.
Damn.
The-
There's a hot take for you.
If Geno Smith wins the NFL MVP this year, the world will collapse into a black hole of everything will just like right when he gets announced, everything will just suck in just like a huge radio wave.
Geno Smith was 23 from 28 tonight, 195
That's
yards
pretty
and 2
damn good.
touchdowns. Russell Wilson was 29 of 42 for 340 yards and a touchdown. And they credit the Seattle Seahawks. They got the win.
Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes
yeah.
will start getting the LeBron James, just so I said it for the record. He will get the LeBron James treatment for the
Damn, we
MVP
almost
for the
made a
rest
whole
of
show.
for the rest of his
almost
career.
made a whole
You're
show.
never going to go a whole show without me saying it at this point. It's not going to happen. Like
I
I'll just
didn't bring up my hot take because I
Yes, we are out of we are out of time for that, by the way, sir. But we can get into it next week for sure.
the first time I ever, said that I was going to say it on every show, I'm just going to start doing it at the beginning so I can get it out of the way. I'm just going to say LeBron James first thing.
Here's the thing. I think that you might be right, but the problem, the reason why you're right is simply because Patrick Mahomes, you can't hold Patrick Mahomes to the same standard that you hold the normal NFL quarterback to. You can't, because otherwise he's MVP every year. You have to hold Patrick Mahomes to the Mahomes level standard, just like you have to hold Tom Brady to the Brady level standard. It's
Right.
there are those guys. Once you're that elite, you aren't held to the standard. You held to your standard, and that's going to be the difference.
Right. And it's just going to be like a thing where they don't want monotony. Like it's not like you don't want to give a guy 4 straight MVPs because it
How
gets
you
to the
doing,
point like
Nathan?
where there's no chance that somebody was better that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there really isn't going to be a chance for the next. I mean, barring some weird, thing
Unless
happening.
Aaron
He's
Rodgers wins it for a third time.
in a row.
No,
well,
I
a
think
fourth
he's-
time, and then, or actually, sorry, it would be 5 now for Aaron Rodgers if he won it this year. But he's not going to win it this year. He's not going to. Obviously, he's probably out of the race already.
Yeah, and I think the reason I'm surprised Aaron Rodgers got it last year, but after his interview on Rogan, Aaron Rodgers will not sniff another MVP trophy unless somebody lets
Not
him
after
see
mentioning
it.
that he did
He ain't winning shit. He ain't winning shit, which is so fucking stupid.
It's not even the ayahuasca.
No, it's not. It's the COVID.
It's
shit.
the Rogan interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Why would he retire? He's back-to-back MVP.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead.
And he had
get
the
final-
hands of 1,000 relatives around him.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get final thoughts. We can get out of here because we can get out of here tonight. Josie, El Presidente, you got anything you want to finish up the show with?
The AFC South blows. I mean, yeah, that's about it. And I'm it is 9/12/2022. We're gonna come back to this in 3 months when the AFC South, everybody has losing records.
All right, 7. You got anything you want to get out there to finish this off?
Shout out to our friends over at Sportsaholic. Definitely like the Sportsaholic page, as that's where you're going to see a lot of the more news-based stuff that is done. Josie and I are both going to be writing for that. And we have some other individuals that will also rotate into the different podcasts as guests. So definitely check out, go to facebook.com. And if you go to Facebook and look for Sportsaholic, that is definitely a great page to get some information. But somebody in our writers chat asked a question that I thought was great. When did Geno Smith become a serviceable quarterback? Because you look at tonight, 23 for 28, 195 passing yards.
It's an overreaction.
2 touchdowns, only 2 sacks. Had a rating of 119.5, and it's serviceable. Serviceable.
Game manager.
Game manager.
Came into this knowing this was his last shot. This was it. He has to make the best of this shot because he will not get another one if he doesn't.
The guy's obviously got talent. I mean, he's been in the NFL for like 10 fucking years now. Like he has talent. He wouldn't be here anymore if they didn't go. If guys in training camp didn't go, holy shit, this dude can fucking
play.
Pete Carroll, he can play. Pete Carroll is good at bringing talent out of a quarterback.
That's true. That's true.
Gives him a good game plan. He's got Rashard Penny there to help run the football. Got a decent tight end and Noah Fant. Just makes those short controlled passes to move the sticks.
You got DK motherfucking Metcalf.
Who he has a rapport with.
Metcalf.
Who he has a rapport with. The dude I don't like in that offense is Tyler Lockett. But
with his shirt off and shit.
There was something we didn't discuss. We went a whole week with Christian McCaffrey not getting injured.
We did.
You better stop, or he's gonna drop the remote on his foot tonight and be out for the season.
Damn,
it's like you don't mention a perfect game. You don't mention when Christian McCaffrey isn't injured. Because it's
why did you do that, Josie?
There's the report. He just stubbed his toe.
Why did you do that? He hit it on the coffee table just now. You might have just.
He might fall down the last step. He might fall down the last step and hurt his knee. You don't know. Dang, what you
Can we just appreciate the fact that Christian McCaffrey is a good running back in the NFL and he's white?
Really
is,
like, legitimately.
And he's white. Can we just appreciate that just for a second?
When he's healthy.
Drop utensils and stabs it.
Yeah,
here's the thing. Every white person that's a football fan should have a Cooper Kupp jersey and a Christian McCaffrey jersey because they are doing so many good things for white people actually getting to touch the ball.
Every time that Christian McCaffrey scores a touchdown.
That aren't
for all the white people. For all the white people. Those
why are we going Cooper Rush? Why come we not just sticking with Davis Mills?
No, Cooper Kupp.
I like Davis Mills.
You said Cooper Kupp. Okay, I got you.
I said Cooper Kupp and Christian
Cooper
Rush.
Gotcha.
Not Cooper Rush. Is Cooper Rush white?
Yeah.
Yes, Cooper Rush is white.
He's white.
His name is Cooper Rush, Seven.
But
Cooper
also
Rush.
That Seven, what you said doesn't count for quarterback.
quarterback
No.
The fuck?
is it has been
It's
known
Cooper.
as
What
a
you
more
think,
wider
man?
position.
Brother,
than
you know
most.
name Cooper.
Right.
Look, I lived in the Midwest. There are black people with other names than Quantavious Agdamius Brown.
Man,
It
you
was
ain't
Lamar
heard, you
Rush.
ain't heard Cooper since hanging with Mr.
There
Cooper
is-
years ago.
There
Hey,
is zero.
that was a good
If somebody
fucking
can prove,
That was a good show, though, for real. That was the shit, for real.
As someone who's living in the Midwest now, there's a lot of different last names out there.
no, I'm talking about his first name, Cooper. Somebody show me a black guy named Cooper, and I will show you a fucking.
I
liar.
knew one
Did
Oh,
you?
God.
in the 90s.
Yes.
Was he half?
No, he was full.
Was he a biracial angel like
He
Will?
was full.
Oh,
Hey, Dan, what you got to finish us off tonight with?
I don't know. Find me a black guy named Cooper, I guess. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hey guys, I honestly though,
Let's look
I
it
like
up and see, Seven. Let's
I
look it
like
up and
Davis
see.
Mills. I like Davis Mills.
So
Real
because
quick,
they distracted me, the shirt is not up and running yet, but it will be very soon.
Real
So,
quick.
If you like Davis Mills,
Who the fuck are you talking about distracted you?
What? I got a question.
This
Why
show
do you
distracted
have a black guy with that shirt on?
I just picked the best looking guy in the
Oh, okay. I got
in
you.
the pictures they offered me, and this
Okay,
is
I
the
got
best
you.
looking dude.
Cool.
Because we're
Why
trying
does he?
to sell the
Why,
black
why does he have
people.
Simpsons hair?
That's why I picked it.
He
I
looked like
his
Herman
hair.
Munster. He
I
looked like
like his
Herman
hair.
Munster.
He looks like he doesn't want to be wearing the shirt that we have.
Quarterbacks, tight ends, and possession receivers are normally down. That's a good point.
That's not really true, though.
That's a good point.
Do you want me to? I mean, we don't have time for me to completely destroy that point. Quarterbacks, yes. Tight ends and wide receivers, no, not historically.
Mac and Nate.
Mills.
That's
Davis Mills.
I like
It's
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills. Hey, but possession receivers. I get your point on tight ends though,
I'll
because
give you-
most tight ends, because most of
yeah.
your tight ends, have been brothers. That you can think of has been brothers.
Some of the greatest ones, ironically, have been white, I guess. But like, I mean, majority wise,
Yeah.
no. Like who actually played in the NFL? Like, no, not really. Possession receivers, no, not really. I mean, like you call them a possession receiver because they're not fast enough to run deep routes like the black guys.
Right,
Let's be honest.
right,
Let's be honest.
right.
Seriously, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's why you call them a possession receiver. So
Yeah.
like, you can't just like make a whole section for possession wide receivers that are all white and then be like, oh yeah, they're all most.
I mean,
possession receivers.
nobody will call Deshaun
Because-
Jackson a possession receiver.
But he could have been.
He could have
But
been.
he could have been.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
I'll keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Oz's here.
Shout out to Jarvis Landry. Had a really good game yesterday.
It's just because they're multidimensional wide receivers. They're totally. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, there's a ton in the NFL right now, but historically, I mean, I'm pretty sure that most tight ends have been black guys. Tony Gonzalez is the weird one because he's a Latino guy. Yeah, he's a Latino guy.
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez. Where's that guy at? What's he doing now? He kind of fizzled out of the NFL a little bit. He was killing it for a while though, killing it. That dude straight. Was straight murdering. He was straight murdering in the NFL.
I watched a Family Guy episode last night, and Chris has an Aaron Hernandez poster in his room, and I just lost it. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yes. Yeah.
All right, gang. All right, gang. I want to thank everybody for being here with us. Had some good numbers. Good numbers overall. Thank you for everybody in the chat. I do appreciate you guys coming out, checking us out. You can catch us on Twitch. You can catch us on Facebook, Spotify, iHeartRadio, everywhere you get your podcast.
Shows now only on Twitch and YouTube, but you can catch clips on Facebook. And if you want to keep up with us throughout the week and all your sports news, make sure you're on the Sports Report podcast page group.
First name Cooper.
Not last name, first name.
I just searched. There's like no famous black people named Cooper.
There isn't one because Josie's lying. There isn't actually one. One didn't exist.
Lying.
We're not talking about his nickname. Can't call him Coop and shit.
Nickname.
You're a liar. It's not. They don't exist. They're like unicorns. They don't exist. Let's not get hung up though on the Aaron Hernandez thing. Okay, let's not get hung up on it.
Really?
That would be career suicide.
Dan, we really need to chill. You need to chill, Dan. You're killing the mood.
Yeah, we murdered tonight. We really did. We fucking murdered it. You fucking murdered it. Come on, Will. You're not homicide. You're not homicide. You're not homicide. Come on, you're not homicide. Fucking Josie's just losing it.
I
can't.
Oh my gosh. The views and opinions on this show are individually wrapped and
do kind of reflect the views of Sports Report of Pinfall.
Yes.
Actually, it's more like the views because Josie's the one that selected all of us. So
let's say about me.
Oh man.
Hey, that's the job of the CEO. It's time for somebody to get thrown under the bus. Guess what?
But you know, that actually is not true because Will picked me.
I did pick him.
And then you picked us, so it's still your fault.
And then I picked you, crazy sons of bitches.
It's still your fault, sir. Hey, everybody send your HR questions, HR complaints to Josie.
Or just drive by his house. Drive by? No? Anybody? Count it.
No.
He said he's out. Yes. Just drive by his house, guys. Drive by. What?
Wow.
And on that note, Josie, thank you for everybody being here. We do appreciate it. We'll be back next week, Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern for another edition of Sports Report. Josie, you want to take us out of here?
Guys, y'all have a great night. Make sure you catch everything on the Sports Report. You got Sports Report on Mondays, Fight Night on Tuesdays, After Dark on Thursdays, and then winter meetings on Sundays. Make sure you're checking out all those news. Go follow us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Guys, y'all have a wonderful night, and we'll see y'all next week.
Free Fernando Tatis.
We love Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
We'll just be changed to I like Davis Mills.
Will, you might have to take us out. My computer is giving me fits.
I will do it.
Hey, let's not stick our neck out for Davis Mills, okay? Let's not.
I got it.
Someone needs to save me from this bullshit.
Steven's like, why do I do this anymore? I don't even know why I do this anymore.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.